it's time for the MD and Chef Team Show.
Let's go!
The content in this show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended for medical advice. It does not take the place of medical advice or treatment from a physician or health professional. Listeners and viewers should consult their own doctor or a qualified healthcare professional for specific health and wellness concerns and questions. And now, let's start the MD and Chef Team Show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the MD and Chef Team Show. Yes, we are here. Can you believe it?
Yes, and yes, I have a different hair color. It's called suntanned.
And this is episode 1 of season 3 of the MD and Chef Team Show. And if you've been around for season 1 and season 2, you will have noticed there's a bit of a time gap between the end of season 2 and today.
Yeah, how long's it been since we've had since season 2 to season 3?
Yeah, it's been a little bit of time this year.
But how many?
Bunch of months.
Bunch of months.
But there,
I'll be specific. It's been 9 months
and
since
there
we've done
is
it.
a reason for that, isn't there?
Are we going to tell them?
Yes,
okay.
of course.
Let's tell them.
Season 1 and season 2, yeah, we were in New Zealand. But now, we're in Panama. The Republic of Panama.
The Republic
yes, in
of
Latin
Panama.
America. So yes, it's a little bit warmer. I know the intro. Yeah, we'll be updating the intro.
Yes.
The intro had us with coats on and drinking coffee to get warm in that. And here, yes, it's a little bit different.
It is totally a little bit different.
So welcome to season 3 of the MD and Chef Team Show. It's been a fantastic journey.
Yes.
If you can imagine moving countries, that's why it's taken us a little time for everything to get here that we needed to produce the show.
Yes.
Also,
we had so much paperwork to do, babe.
Challenges, yes.
Bank accounts.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm not complaining, except when you move from one country to another, there are a few things we got to get done.
There's been a few things.
We were ticking it off.
And some challenges along the way, but it is exciting to be here with you today. If you catch us on replay, please know that go in, put in your comments, suggestions, questions, anything we can help you out with, because we do go in the replay, and we will look for comments and suggestions, and we'll get in there and answer them. And pay attention to them.
That's
and
right.
If you're here today, yes, we are live. So we're on Facebook, Doctor in a Mission Facebook and Doctor in a Mission YouTube channel. So if you're here live today, let us know you're here. You can post in the comments down in the post section. If you got any questions, let us know. If you got some comments, let us know where you're coming in from. Let us know who you are, where you're coming in from. We can interact live as we're on the show today. We look forward to doing that, as always, on the MD and Chef Team Show.
On the MD and Chef Team Show.
Well, honey, you know, I believe we've got a lot of new viewers and a lot of new folks.
We really have thousands of new viewers. I was very impressed to see that we're up there.
Yeah, well, it just keeps growing. I mean, we're loving interacting with people and talking to them about life and what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think it's good just to kind of go back a little bit and let people know, or not even back, but go forward, shall I say.
Right.
And letting them know, all right, so what is the mission of Doctor in a Mission, and what are you guys up to on the MD and Chef Team Show?
Great question.
Well, thank you.
And we have the answer. So what is the mission? Okay, well, look, Michael and I, see women who have in midlife that have so much life and so much to give still. Yet midlife is a little messy. Midlife is a little crazy. There's a lot of things happening, and it's kind of like what is going on? And women are being told by their practitioners and all the other people they're seeing is, look, this is just the way your life is going to be. Get used to it.
Oof.
And you know what?
Oof.
That just does not have to happen. So then they come to us and they go, Mike, Isabel, I just want to feel like me again. And we're like, great, let us show you the way. Because we've already been through midlife and now we're on the next part of our journey. And
the beyond part.
And the beyond, and we're like, okay, we see what happened. We see that a lot of the stuff that's happening for women during 35 and 65 and even beyond, because we're now in the beyond, does not have to happen like that. That's like the old midlife. We can do a new midlife, and that's what we're doing here, the new midlife, so that the women that are going through midlife right now don't have to go through what Michael and I went through.
Yeah, and today, in the MD and Chef Team show going forward, we're going to show you in real life what that looks like. Because as Isabel said, we've been through that period of life, and we're in the beyond. We're in that period of life where, okay, we've gotten through there, but that doesn't mean, all right, we're done, gotten through midlife, it's all over. You know, I'm not going to pay attention to this number one asset, ourselves, for the rest of our lives, because it's still very, very important, and there's so much we can do to keep continuing living an optimal life, living an optimal healthy life until our last breath.
And that's the bottom line, until our last breath, okay? So please don't believe the lie that we as women are supposed to get frail, that it's normal to have heart attacks, it's normal to have anxiety and depression, it's normal to get fat and frumpy, that it's normal to be breaking bones, that it's normal to get urinary tract infections, that it's normal to have an okay marriage because you've been together for so long, and it's okay to not feel good and excited about the rest of your life, because that is the old midlife. We're doing the new midlife for you guys and beyond. Yeah.
And if I may say,
of course you
hopefully
can.
I may.
Of course, hon.
And by the way, yes, we do have banter, because Isabel and I, if you don't know, we've been together for 46 years. So yes, we have a lot of banter, and sometimes it's very spirited. Yeah. That's what we like to call those discussions that get a little up there. That's more spirited
like
discussions. Yeah. I wanted to say, now, guys, this doesn't mean you just tune off. Like, oh, okay, that's for the women. Yeah, I'm out of here. That's nothing to do with me. Couple reasons for that. Number one, I was with Isabel during this whole time of her midlife, going through all this in life. And if you guys are like me and you have a spouse and a wife that's going through that period of time and even beyond, you might be going, I have no idea what's going on with my girl. I don't know what's happening. Who are you? Whoa, what is this all about? Yeah. And you get kind of lost and maybe even kind of shy away. And next thing you know, relationship starts to break down and you're ignoring problems and you don't even want to become involved. And so where I come in on this is, okay, I've been through this. I've seen this. I've seen what we can do, and I understand as guys how we can continue to empower our wives and continue to have empathy and understanding and work with them going through this, so we stay together strong and come out the other side even stronger coming through midlife and beyond. So it's not like, because we do know that the highest time for divorce rates is right in that midlife, because, you know,
it makes sense.
It makes sense,
because
stuff happens.
It's kind of like the woman is, imagine the picture, a woman has a pair of ice skates. She's never gone on ice skating before, and she's like, whoa!
Yeah, that's kind of the picture.
Yeah. And I was a doctor during midlife, too.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's going on? Because we're not taught this stuff in medical training, just letting you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it was like.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and the other reason for guys to hang in there is, we've probably all heard of men's midlife crisis, men having midlife crisis. Well, that doesn't mean some of the principles, and again, we're different. A lot of these principles are going to apply to women only, but also in these principles, there's ways of tweaking them somewhat and understanding that they will apply to men too, for us to live a long, optimal, healthy life.
Yes,
so this
a
isn't
lot
just
of it.
turning off. And also, guys, if you do have a wife, a spouse, or maybe a sister, or a mother, or an auntie, or somebody that you care about as a woman going through this time of life, you want to pass this on to them and say, hey, you need to jump in here and have a look and see what these guys are up to, because they're on to something as far as coming through midlife stronger and better than ever and living beyond with an optimal way of life.
Yes, we have been through the minefields. We're going to help you through the minefield so that you don't step on a minefield and go,
So having said that,
oh,
give us-
okay.
give us a little, give us a
little,
little
yeah, a
backstory on
little.
your minefield
A
going through.
little, okay. So I'll just tell you a little bit about my story, and
Yeah.
I just want to thank Jesus Christ for getting me through it. Because in the Bible, Jesus says that in Philippians 4:13, he gives us the strength to face anything. And you know what? That's true. I can tell you, right? And he helped you too. So, so a little bit about my story. I became really frustrated as a medical doctor in 2013 with the way medicine was. Like, you know, my patients would come in and they'd see me and I'd give them their medication, then they'd come back 3 months later and still be sick and still be needing the medications. They weren't improving, they were just kind of balancing or getting worse. And I got very frustrated with that kind of medicine. So then I started retraining in functional medicine. And functional medicine gets to the root cause, gets to the reason why people are unwell. So I retrained. And then after I finished my training, I was like, babe, we can go online and teach one to many so that people can reclaim their health and live a long, healthy, vibrant life. So I gave away private practice and we started Doctor on a Mission. Okay, I'm the kind of business person where it's like, come on, it's gonna go, but it didn't go. If any of you are an entrepreneur out there, that's not the way it is. Let me tell you, Instagram, Facebook, social media is all lying to you. That's not the way.
You don't flip a switch and, you know,
Then
"Hey,
start
I'm an
making all this
entrepreneur,"
money.
Flip a switch, boom, I made a funnel, and bam, I'm worth millions.
Yeah, and you
I'm-
got all these followers that are,
Yeah.
you know, they're your new best friend and just
Yeah.
promoting you all over.
There's a lot of hard work and sweat and equity and money and time that goes into it.
That we're still putting in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we always will.
a year later, I was 54, medical doctor, wife, brand new entrepreneur with a very frustrated business, and I got super anxious. And when I get anxious, I don't sleep. And so I didn't sleep, and after a while, I ended up right in front of a psychiatrist.
Yeah, because you're overwhelmed, anxious, stressed, menopausal. Lot
And I
going
didn't even
on.
understand that I was perimenopause and like what I could be doing. Like that's as a doctor, we're not trained in doing this, and so
Right.
I was there. And so the doctor's writing out a prescription for me, you know, for antidepressants and for sleeping tablets. And so I said to him, I go, well, how long am I going to be on these for? And he said, well, for life. Like, why are you even asking that question? This is what you need for life. And deep down inside, I thought to myself, we'll see about that. Because I knew there was a better way. I just didn't know the way yet.
Yeah, and I was in that same room, and I remember when he then turned to me, and he said, hey, you know, we got a couple options here, Michael. As Isabel's husband, we can, you know, Isabel can stay here in the hospital for a few days. We'll do some evaluations and you know, go through some processes. Or you can be responsible to have her come home with you. And I was just like, no, she's coming home with me. You know, we're going to work our way through this. I'm not just going to leave her here to go through evaluations and all that kind of stuff.
Right, but for some people,
And that for some people that could work. It was just at the
Exactly,
time, I said, no, I can, I'm here. I'm involved. We'll do this together.
Yeah, you got in deep. Yeah.
So through work and time, you were able to come off the medication safely through the 6 pillars of success that we'll talk about that we've identified. And I remember as you really started coming back strong, you said to me, hon, you're a chef. However, I think every doctor needs a nutritional chef to work with.
Yes.
So they can team up and help people with their health. And I said, you know what? That's amazing. That sounds fantastic. So I went out and got retrained as a culinary nutritional chef, where I specialized in, yes, I'm a chef, but I specialize in helping people to understand how food is medicine or food is poison, and we can make that work for them in their optimal health. And that's how we ended up forming the MD and Chef Team show.
Yeah, and I'll never forget.
The MD and Chef Team, not necessarily the show, but the MD and Chef Team.
Well, it is kind of a show. It's a happy show.
It's a team.
It's a happy show full of hope. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And I'll never forget when I came home I was working in the emergency department just to supplement our income. And I came home one day, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and Michael's like in the kitchen cleaning out all these plastic containers. And I go, what are you doing, babe? And he goes, we can't be eating out of those plastic containers. They're killing us. And I was like, yes.
Microwave went
He's
out.
in.
Microwave went out. Plastic stuff. Oh, that was some big changes happening.
Big changes. He was definitely on board with what.
Yeah.
Because before that, you were doing all the IT stuff, and now you became.
Yeah.
My buddy, my partner.
Right.
We were
co-creator,
co-founder.
We're co-founders of Doctor on a Mission.
And it's fun. Like every time we're studying together, I go, I'm so glad you're my study buddy. Okay,
Right,
so what are we doing next?
Well, I've got a question for everyone out there, and whether you're watching live or if you come in and catch us on the replay, you can put your answers in and your thoughts, your comments. But what I want to know is, in these next 6 foundations that I'm going to talk about, which ones do you struggle with most? Nutrition. Do you struggle with nutrition? Do you struggle with staying on a plan? Do you struggle with all the info that's out there? Do I do this? Do I do that? What do I do? Is nutrition something a struggle for you? Even if you do find something that works, do you struggle with staying on it? Is it become your actual nutritional lifestyle? Or is it kind of a temporary diet type thing? So nutrition, do you struggle with that, or you got that one down? Sleep. Now, in sleep, are you getting 7 to 9 quality hours of sleep, where it's just uninterrupted quality 7 to 9 hours of sleep? It's so important. Do you struggle with sleep? How about fitness? And when I say fitness, I might have already lost a bunch of people. But it is so important for our overall health. And again, we're not just talking about from the neck on down. We're talking the whole body health, physical, mental, spiritual, brain health, the whole body health, fitness. Do you struggle with understanding what should I be doing? I should
for
be doing
my
this,
age group.
Yeah, for my age group, yes.
Between 35 to 65, because it's
Yeah.
different. We're not little men, and we're not teenagers, and we're not 20-year-olds. It's a different thing for our fitness.
Yes.
To keep muscles, we got to stay.
Yeah.
See, I work really hard for this thing.
So is fitness something you struggle with and understanding what should I be doing, or do you even do? Another one is hormones. And this is a biggie. Are you aware of the information about hormones? Are you understanding how important it is going through midlife? Are you understanding the processes of every decade of life, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, how important hormones are to the body and what we should do, shouldn't do? What's the latest information? What's the information from 1980 or 1990, but what's the latest right now information about what we now know?
What are we doing? Yeah.
You know, so do you understand? Is that something you struggle with, understanding it or even knowing that it's important? And then mindset, that's another pillar. How are you with your mindset? You know, do you struggle with your thoughts? Do you struggle with your state? Because whenever we talk with clients, we always talk about what's your state, what's your thought process, what is going on up here, what are you feeling, what are you saying, and then what's the story you are creating about that.
Which is so important.
That's your mindset, getting that correct. Otherwise, yes, we can talk about strategies, but if you don't get your state and your story right and your mindset right, the strategies are just never going to work. They'll be
Right.
temporary and you'll struggle with them. And then the last one is relationships. And powerful, strong, empowering relationships. Where are you at on relationships? How are they? Are they good? Are they strong? Do you have?
Are they draining you?
Are you-
Are they lifting you up? Are they helping you become your best? Yeah. Which one of those 6 pillars do you struggle with? If it's all, well, that's okay. Just say all. But if it's one in specific, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and expand. And if you just give us like an idea what's the problem there so
Yeah.
that we can address it. Because we do come back and read all the comments and address them. We're really good about that.
Yeah, and
I
if
love
we
doing
see
that.
some common themes, we'll definitely build some shows around that coming up to address those. So just know that what you put in your comments, suggestions, questions can be for you, but I can guarantee you it's not just for you. It's going to be for a lot of other people out there who will be asking the same types of things or thinking and feeling the same things as you. So it's really important. You're helping others too when you
Right.
put in your comments and suggestions and
Right.
questions. So today's topic, I want to talk about, we're going to go nutrition. We're going to talk the nutritional pillar. And this is one that I hadn't ever really thought too much about before, but wow, it became so important. And every time I mention this to somebody and bring it up, it's almost like they have this light bulb moment like, whoa, I hadn't even thought about it. But yet it's one of these, you could call it simple nutritional facts that's going to help us to live a long, optimal health into our last breath.
It's like a Michael light bulb moment.
It was for me when it was told to me.
And now you're telling the
And
world.
now I tell everybody else. And so let's talk about one ingredient food. You may say, what is that? Or you might even say, well, yeah, I know what that is. But the way this came about was helping a woman in midlife who had just been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and was told by the medical profession within the next 5 years she'd be looking at major complications.
A heart attack. She would have a heart attack within the next 5 years, is what she said to us.
Is that exactly what it was?
That's exactly what it was, because she came to me.
Yep.
She said, Isabel, this is what the doctor said to me.
Right.
And that doctor was right next door to me. She was practicing. And so she came over and said,
Okay. Oh, I
Okay.
missed that part of the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, then she ended
and she was,
up,
I don't want to have a heart attack in 5 years.
and you said, talk to Michael.
And I go, well, you need to giddy up on over to Michael,
Yeah.
and he'll help you out.
And so the bottom line of the story, within about 6 months, she was able to reverse that type 2 diabetes and really be moving on with her life. She was a mom, had all these kids, had a lot of stress. There was a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
But the question I asked her as she was coming out of that and just feeling amazing in life was, I said, well, can you give me one big thing that you felt made the difference? And she said, over here, one ingredient food. And I was kind of like, huh? What do you mean? And she said, well, think about it, Michael. You were teaching me to eat one ingredient food. And I said, she goes, yeah, broccoli, cauliflower, avocado, nuts, seeds, eggs, chicken,
Olive oil.
you know, olive oil, you know, all those types of lettuce, onion, basically things
Chicken.
where when you go to buy it or pick it out of the garden or wherever you may get it, it doesn't have a label on it to say, okay, here's all the ingredients in this. The broccoli head or the cauliflower head doesn't have a label on, say, it might say cauliflower, but other than that, it doesn't say how many ingredients are in it because it's a one ingredient food.
Right.
And she was eating one ingredient food, helped to reverse her type 2 diabetes, and understanding the fact that when we eat the one ingredient food, we're giving our engine, this beautiful asset that God has created, this beautiful engine, this human body, we're giving it optimal fuel. We've all kind of heard like 91 and 95 petrol, or maybe there's a 98, the different octanes for our engine.
Right.
And you have a Ferrari engine and you don't want to just give it
Cement.
diesel, or don't want to give it the low grade energy food. You want to give it optimal energy so it can
Or
function at high-
cement.
or cement.
Because there are certain foods that feel like
Boink,
cement,
boink.
right?
And so one ingredient food. Now what's the opposite? The opposite of that is what you call Frankenfoods, like Frankenstein foods, stuff that's created in the lab. I can tell you, before I started retraining, being a chef, before I started retraining, I was graduated from the California Culinary Academy and became an executive chef and did that for about 20 years. And yes, I knew how to create amazing meals and great food. Was able to do that, but it wasn't based around nutrition. When I retrained as a nutritional chef, it was like, aha, I can use these skills to help people, create
Stay
an amazing, healthy life.
Yeah.
And so with her, with these Frankenfoods types of foods, I never read labels up until I retrained as a nutritional chef, and then I started reading labels, and I might read some kind of label of a food, and I'd look on here going, it's like 20 things on here, 15 or 5 or 10 or 30, and you start reading them and you're going, well, I can't even pronounce this stuff, and there's letters and numbers and I don't even know what these things are. And I'm thinking, I'm buying this and eating it or drinking it and putting it in me? Wait, hello, doink, 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 doink. that can't be good. This stuff is chemically created in some lab somewhere, and I'm throwing it in me and expecting my body to go, oh, that's wonderful, I love that. No, the body's going, tilt, tilt, tilt. And we get all these reactions and things start to happen to us from an illness point of view and a sickness point of view. So today I just want to bring that concept to you. When you get out there and you're buying food, purchasing it, whether you're picking it yourself, whatever you may do. If you're picking the stuff you've grown in your garden, fantastic. Try to keep the chemicals off of it if you can, please, for your own good. But when you're out there getting food and drink, because water is water, if there's lots of drinks out there that have about 20 things in them. When you're out there buying things, learn to read the label and think, do I really want to be putting that into my body system?
Good question.
What's going to happen? And then think, no, where's the one ingredient foods? Aha, there's an aisle over there with one ingredient foods. That's where the onions are. That's where the lettuce
also
is.
not only just
That's what,
the
hang
food, but also the extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, seeds,
Chicken.
vinegars, those types of
Yeah.
things. But,
Because they need more than broccoli.
Well, no, but
We don't want to scare
I'm
you
using
off.
that as an example. Egg, chicken, beef, lamb, whatever you fish, those types of things, but they're one ingredients. If I'm buying red snapper, if I'm buying a certain type of fish,
Yeah.
it doesn't, hopefully, if you're buying
No, not where
good stuff,
Yeah.
it doesn't say red snapper plus, 12 other ingredients.
No.
It's just red snapper.
Right.
If I'm, buying chicken, hopefully it just says chicken and not a bunch of other stuff. So you get the point. The point is, read the labels, look for one ingredient foods, feed yourself with those excellent, clean foods, and stay away from the chemical Frankenfoods, and it will serve you amazingly well.
It really will.
And
yes.
take it from a midlife woman who was in her 40s, who within about 6 months was able to reverse her type 2 diabetes and live on with a happy, healthy life.
Yes.
That's important.
That's important, yes. Okay, well, I think we're going to be closing here
let's-
soon, huh?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All
So,
right.
Would you let everybody know, just wrapping it up here and going to a close, what our vision is for Doctor on a Mission and MD and Chef team?
Yes, so our mission is to lead women between the ages of 35 and 65, which is midlife, and beyond, okay? And beyond, in a holistic way, so that they feel calm during this period, they're clear-minded during this period, and they're confident, like they know what they need to do. They understand what they're supposed to be doing, so that midlife is not like something to be afraid of or to just be something like, oh man, I don't like this period, because midlife is an exciting new period. And our whole goal is to lead over 100,000 women and help them transform so that they say, yes, I am me again. Because midlife, we see it as, gosh, the best way I can put it is a new season of opportunities. And that's not the way the old midlife is looking, you know? Look around and tell me if you're excited about midlife and beyond. As a woman, it's kind of scary out there. So we see midlife and beyond as a new, exciting period of possibilities. However, the work starts now. And so that's what we're going to be talking about here on the MD and Chef Team Show.
Excellent. And if you want to know more about us and just get those daily insights and inspiration, we're on LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, of course. Just look for @Doctor on a Mission on the Doctor on a Mission channel. And daily we're in there with insights, inspiration to just think about, okay, here's something today I really want to have a thought for today, something I want to have an action step today, or something I want to put into action today to move me forward on my health. So look for @Doctor on a Mission social media channels, and you want to go over to the website, that's doctoronamission.com. That's where you'll find a lot more about us. We'll be here every week at this time. Thursdays, 4 p.m. USA Central Time, and I know over in the Asia Pacific region, where we've just spent 25 years over in New Zealand, that's Friday morning at 9 a.m.
Yeah, and in Australia, it's
7 a.m.
7 a.m. We're good at this, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right.
So thanks for joining us today. Please like, share, subscribe. We'd love to catch up with you. We'll see you again next week.
Bring a friend next time.
Yes. So God bless you and have a very blessed week wherever you are. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. If you're part of that 70% who haven't subscribed yet, well, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can come along with us. Give us a like. Thanks.